I minimize every single bill that I have. Monthly expenses, quarterly expenses, annual expenses. I minimize every single expense that I had in my life. And I tripled my income. This was a very intentional and conscious decision that I did years ago. I decided I no longer want to live a life where I'm concerned about a bill, I'm worried about a bill, I'm in the midnight hour trying to figure out how to pay a bill. Sick and tired of being at entry level, showing up day in and day out, doing what I know to do, and still feel like your head is only above water. And sometimes you're gasping for air at that. I minimized all my expenses and tripled my income. And in order for you to live a life of freedom, to live a life of ease, and live a life of peace, you're going to have to decide, how are you going to minimize your monthly expenses, minimize your bills, and how you can triple your income. Now, you can do this with one industry, or you can do this across the board with a couple different industries, but always work smarter and work more strategic. Minimizing your bills, your expenses, whether it's quarterly or annually, is going to take you to sit down and do the hard work. You're going to have to sit down and get very clear and very aware of where every expense is coming from in your life. Your lifestyle that you currently have right now. You're going to have to write every single thing down. Those things that you pay once a year, those things you pay twice a year, those things you pay every single month. And get very clear of how much your lifestyle costs. Okay? Once you have that number, now you have to go to work, because there are a lot of things that we have on auto. There's a lot of things that, we signed up for it a year ago and we just forgot all about it. There are many things that is going on right now behind the scenes. Whether it costs $2.99 for your phone storage, rather it costs $69.99 for your Microsoft Office PowerPoints and your presentations and your Excel sheets and so forth. There are things that are going on our bank statements. There are things that are coming out of our accounts that sometimes we're not aware of. We're not keeping up with it. We just know that it continuously get paid. We're not trying to negotiate the price. We're not looking around to see if we can compare the prices to other services that has just as great quality. A lot of times we're not doing those things. The first thing I did to minimize my expenses and to minimize my bills, I got rid of the card notes. The card note was eating me up. When you're paying $350 or $374 a month, and sometimes plus, is a lot of money that's happening annually. So you have to decide, with your current setup, do you really need a card note? Or would it be less stressful, and would you be more at ease of having a cash card that is of great quality? I'm not saying a lemon. I'm saying that it's of great quality, and that's going to get you from point A into point B and possibly a point C. Oh, it's not the newest thing, but you would be A-okay as long as you have a vehicle. And for me at the time, eliminating my car note was a no-brainer. From home, and my car was parked anyway. So it was not necessary for me to have a finance car. It's not like I'm going from state to state. It's not like I travel for business or travel for work. Okay? So I immediately got rid of the car note. Another smart decision that I made to minimize my bills and my expenses was I got rid of my credit cards. And I know a lot of people love their credit cards for the rewards, or you love your credit cards for the travel points and so forth. But you have to decide, if you are spending over 10% of the usage of that credit card, is it really helping you? Or is it really helping you when it's time to pay the balance? One thing about it is that once you get a credit card and you have not mastered managing money, and now you go into where you have these high limits, or you have other people money that you're borrowing, or you're going to put yourself at a disservice. Because the main thing is to learn how to manage money. Once you have budgeting down pat, you have savings down pat, you know how much income you need to raise, you know how many expenses that you need to get rid of. Once you have the organization of money down pat, now you can go into credit and borrowing other people money. But if you don't have the basics down pat first of managing your money and the money that you're bringing in, what do you think is going to happen with having a high limit? You're going to spend excessive amounts of money that you do not know how to manage, which is why people have $30,000 credit card debt, $60,000 credit card debt. So I made the smart decision until I learn how to manage money, until I have more financial literacy, until I have more discipline when it comes to my money, I'm getting rid of the credit card. For years now, that's what I did. Another smart decision that I made as far as minimizing my bills and lowering my expenses, my rents. You want to keep your rents low. If you have a mortgage, you want to keep your mortgage low. Talk to the lenders. If you need to talk to the lenders, talk to the mortgage company, talk to your rental company if you can. You never know what they can offer you. I'm not saying to go live in an area that's not safe. Talk to the property manager if you're renting. You never know what resources are available to you if you don't ask. Get in contact with the leasing company, get in contact with the property manager, what have you, and see if they have other apartments that's just as safe. Have the option to move to a different location, a different area where you may not have the shopping plaza down the street, but you still have a great neighborhood, you still have a safe neighborhood, and it's going to cost you less money because you're not down the street from the shopping plaza. Now you're more around the corner and down the street from the shopping plaza. You get what I'm saying? You won't know until you ask, okay? I didn't downsize. I still have the 3 bedrooms because I do have children. However, I did consider a different neighborhood. Now I'm surrounded by retirees. I'm no longer in city limits. Now I'm in county limits. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a huge difference. When you're not downtown or in the city, downtown in the city, prices look totally different from outskirts in the county prices. Okay, so saving and investing. Of course, as you get paid, you have a certain amount of percentage that goes to your savings, or you have a certain cash amount that goes to your savings. If you call the services that you use, see if you have any discounts that are available for you. Student savings. There are savings with electrical companies, and they can tell you exactly what savings that you have. Military savings, there's veteran savings, there's disability savings, like the list goes on. You don't know, don't just assume. It's 2026. Ask the questions that you need to ask. Call the people that you are using services from. Ask them what savings are available to you. 15%. 22%, 11%, it may sound like pennies, but guess what? A saving is a saving. And right now, the way gas is increasing, every savings count. And also when it comes to investing, you can invest very aggressively. You get more knowledgeable into different things, what's going to be within your tax bracket, within your budget. Invest. You want to make sure that you're investing in areas and spaces that has a great return on your investment. Now, one that I can speak of, and this is not sponsored, but this is something I have used personally, and I know them to be true. Fidelity. If you have never heard of Fidelity, Fidelity is a great investment. Make sure I link them in the description below. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you my real transparency and my real experience of what has helped me invest, okay? Fidelity is a great company. I would not tell you something that I have not used. Fidelity is a company that I have used, and then also I have used Empower for 401k that I know to be tried and true, okay? That was great experiences for me, great quality, and I had no issue. However, do your research. Triple your income in many different ways. You can do the traditional 9 to 5 and go out and get you a job. You can look into investing into, if your friend have a business, if you want to take partnership in that, a certain percentage, you can look into that type of ways. Triple your income by leverage, okay? You leverage your intellect and you leverage your skills, which automatically goes into leveraging your income. That's the name of the game. Y'all know I always say that. You have to leverage your intellect. You have to leverage your skills. Read more books. Become more knowledgeable. Listen to the audiobooks if you have to. Sit down and talk with a mentor. Sit down and talk with management. Leverage all your resources that you have at your fingertips, because you'll be surprised. People love to give game. People love to give gems. You can't limit the value that comes with information and comes with knowledge. Also, you leverage your skills by the experiences that you have, getting more skilled in those experiences, how they can bring you money, because you already have the experience in it anyway. So see how those can bring you money. You know, you don't have to be a one-trick pony. You can go and learn new skills. It's 2026. The same way like in the entertainment world, remember it used to be just rappers, or used to be just a singer, or used to be just a dancer. Now, When people come out and say they're an artist or they're an entertainer, they doing all three. Have y'all noticed? They're doing all three. They rapping, they singing, and they dancing, okay? And they have to have the looks, and the list goes on. So they're doing all the things. You can have one industry that you are skilled in and that you have the intellect in, and you can explore multiple ways within that one industry on how you can make you a bag. This has given me a life of peace. It's given me a life of ease. I have options now like never before. And this is the name of the game. You want to always leverage your intellect, leverage your income, and leverage your skills. Minimize those bills, minimize those expenses, and triple your income.